amusement. Oh maman, amusement. Tout le monde, comment tu es tout partout. Tout le monde, comment tu es tout bonnement. D'après yo, c'est l'heure qui en dit temps, qu'a fait chaud, si l'ambiance, ça l'a commencé à exploser. Bon, qu'a pété, pas de silence, yo commencé à mépriser. Mi débat, woy, 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 débat. Mi débat, woy, on l'autre, toi, ka. Mi débat, woy, 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 débat. On va pas caca. Aïe, 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 aïe. Oulé, 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 oulé. Amusement. Oh maman, amusement.
On the shore, gaze in wonder, like it's so rich and rare. Rivers, valleys, hills and mountains, all this is sweet to explore. Healthy land, so like old fountains, giving cheer that warms the soul.
Thanks. Thank you very much for this warm welcome. I've known Saj for a while. I tell you, when I got the call to come in and speak, you know, this is a topic that's really dear to me. For some of you who know me well, my aunt is here, and my uncle, and some of my other friends, and I do recognize some faces in here, know that I lost my mom to cancer. And this is what sort of started my journey. So this is a topic that's very dear to me. And also helping out the population in Dominica, another group of people that's really dear to me. But when Saj calls you and tells you to come and do something, I mean, from where I come from, you do it. So, you know, that's really why I'm here. All jokes aside, I want to start by telling you a story. It's actually a reality story. About maybe 6 months ago, I walked into my clinic to this patient. First thing when I walked in, my nurse looked at me with the look that, you know, it's another one of them. Opened the door, it's this young lady, about 45. But certainly, at first walk in the door, there's a look of surprise. Believe me or not, I get this all the time, especially in the South. I practice in Tennessee. The fact that there's a black doctor walking into the door, I get that surprise look all the time. But she also had this demeanor of resistance, and I get that too. Sitting down and talking to her, and asking her about her story. Her story goes like this. She felt something in her breast about a year and a half previous. She's a very intelligent young lady. In fact, she's an engineer, works for the Department of Transportation, and she's a manager. She ignored it because, according to her, I'm young, these things don't happen to me. She's also very religious. So she prays that this is not the worst case scenario. Ignored it, breast got bigger, mass got bigger, got redder, hotter, became more painful, still sort of wished it away, prayed it away. Finally, when she couldn't take the pain, she went to her primary care physician, instantly mammogram, diagnosis, breast cancer. Was referred to a surgeon, one of my partners, who sent her to me. And during the conversation, and that's what my partner is telling me about the conversation, she was told, no, her disease is extensive. There's a large mass in the breast, some disease on her arm. It's still sort of curable. And in breast cancer, for those of you guys who don't know, we cure most women who's diagnosed with breast cancer. I know we always talk of it as being a deadly disease, but most women who get diagnosed with breast cancer are cured. Okay? The important part of this is being diagnosed early. She had extensive disease, but we still felt that we could cure her. The rate of cure is, the chance of cure is slightly lower, but we could give it a shot. There's about a 50-60% chance that she would be without disease in 5 years. So they talked of surgery. Her first reaction was, no, you're not going to cut me up and put me through all of this pain. So throughout the process, my partner said, she said, okay, I'm going to refer you to another physician, have a conversation with him, but before you do that, let's do a scan of your body just to see what's happening on the inside. She agrees to that, goes have a scan. The radiation oncologist down in the radiology suite goes through and says, you know, one of the treatment for cancer is radiation. She said, no, you're not going to burn my skin. All right, so she comes in and sees me and we start talking. You know, I went through the whole spiel. I spent about an hour. In this day of medicine, spending an hour with one patient is a lot. All right, spend an hour with her trying to explain all of the stuff. At the end of the day, we said, you have a tumor we could potentially clean, cure. We discussed the CT scan. She only had disease in the breast and under the arm there. Stage 3, still curable. Recommended our standard of care, which is chemotherapy with another antibody. And she said, no, you're not going to give me that stuff. I'm going to pray it away. I'm a believer in God. And in fact, you know, my sister down the road sent me this thing about this drug, which is an alternative therapy. I'm going to do it. You know, I respect everybody's right to make a decision about their body. I try to be very convincing when those situations are placed, but I can't force anything on anybody. To make a long story short, she never took the therapy. She disappeared. A month ago, I saw her in the hospital with disease everywhere, which we could still potentially control, but this time it had gone to her brain. All right? She passed a week ago. There are a few lessons to be learned there. One, again, and I mentioned that earlier, diagnosis. Cancer can be cured. We need to discover it early. Mammograms save lives. The average woman should have a mammogram at the age of 40, at least once a year, but at least 1 to 2 years. Every 1 to 2 years. For the men in here, it's also important that we do prostate cancer screening. Most of you guys wouldn't recognize that one of the risk factors for prostate cancer is being black. Your biology alone is a risk factor for prostate cancer. Colon cancer, again, higher in our population. In Dominica, so here in the United States, even if you don't have insurance, any one of you guys can get a mammogram. I don't know if you're aware of that. Go to your county hospital, call the Komen Foundation, call the Avon Foundation. They will find you a place to have a mammogram. In Dominica, that's not always the case. There are mammograms offered, but the cost of the mammogram is such that the average woman can't afford it. That's why this is important. The Cancer Association in Dominica, who I've worked somewhat closely with, they support these patients, these women, through all this process. That's why this thing that we're doing here is important. The second important information to be gathered from this story is that treatment that is being offered, when we make, and I'll speak for myself, recommendations, I make recommendations based on evidence. I happen to be in a business where we do a lot of research. We spend a lot of money developing therapy. I do that. That's one of the things that I do. Develop therapy, trying to find different ways to attack breast cancer in addition to treatment. Praying a cancer away, and I get this a lot. It's hard to tell somebody who is so believing that praying alone is not sufficient. All right? I tend to tell women that most of it, because I see mainly breast cancer, that when you were growing up, God created this guy called Greg Vidal, gave him with a certain amount of intelligence and know-how and technology such that when you are ready for me, I am there to treat you. So God is providing me to treat you.
Amen.
All right? I tell him that all the time. So praying away, it's a deadly disease. It rarely goes away. So accepting therapy when it's the right one, and there's no problem, there's no issue getting a second opinion. I often tell my patients that you probably should get a second opinion. If my family had a disease that was that serious, and I had a concern about the therapy that was recommended to me, I would seek a second opinion. There's no problem with that. There's an issue refusing therapy just because you want to pray it away. Then the second part of it is alternative therapy. I get this again all the time. There is some stuff going around the internet, and I want to clear that up, about the fact that we recommend chemotherapy because it's a money-making thing. I will tell you something. Alternative therapy is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Okay? If it was the right thing, I would be in that business too. All right? The problem with a lot, and my grandmother was an herbal doctor. When I was growing up, I can tell you the amount of marijuana tea, boost tea, the amount of stuff that I've got, and I'm stronger for it today. The issue with alternative therapy is not that it doesn't work, it's that we don't know which one works and which one doesn't, because it's not been studied. That's the issue. Okay? That's the second one. The third one, I want to give you a little more information about some of, because I think we need to move forward here. 3 serious disease that affects folks in Dominica. Prostate cancer is probably the #1 killer of men in Dominica. Okay? Issues with prostate cancer is that a lot of that, again, we can treat early if we find it early. You need to do your screening, men here. There's a blood test called a PSA that you can do. There's a digital rectal exam, and I know some men over here saying, not me, but I'm telling you this. If I had to do one of those exams in order to guarantee me the next 30 years of my life, it's a no-brainer. All right? In Dominica, in Martinique, actually, the island across from us probably has the highest rate of prostate cancer in the world. A lot of the therapies that are available to us here are not available in Dominica. In Dominica, we can get chemotherapy, we can get those sort of therapies. Surgery, we can even get radiation, we may not be able to get. A lot of those patients have to go to Guyana, to Trinidad to get that done, and that's costly. The government helps. But the Cancer Society helps a lot with that. And the money that we're raising here is going to help towards that. Colon cancer, so I'll talk about the 3 major cancers. Again, you have a 5% chance in your lifetime of having colon cancer. The reason it's so low compared to breast, which is about 12%, prostate cancer, which is about 11%, it's because there's good screening. Colonoscopy saves lives. If you do one, if it's clear, you get one in 10 years. If there's a polyp, they have you come back in 5 years. All right? We can diagnose stuff early, treat it early, and cure it. Colonoscopies in Dominica is not widely available because we really don't have the practitioners. Again, that's something that's dear to my heart. That's something that I'm actively trying to work on. But again, the support of the group here, the support of every Dominican, will make a big difference. I think I read that in the pamphlet that was, that's on the table, but the government of Dominica really just announced that every cancer patient will get free care. I think that's a big deal. It's going to be where the money comes from, but if you can get it treated, then that's a really big deal, because it's a killer, and it's a killer of not only older folks, but younger folks. And again, if you have strong family history, lifestyle, obesity, smoking, drinking, always show up in terms of risk factors. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to exclude all of those from your life, but do it in moderation.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Check it out, y'all. How low can you go?
How low can you go?
All the way to the floor.
Now the fellas wanna look.
How low can you go?
Now the fellas wanna look.
Can you bring it to the top?
Bring it up, ladies.
Like it never stop.
Bring it up,
Can
ladies.
you bring it to the top?
Bring it up, ladies.
Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time. Reverse. Reverse. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Reverse, reverse. Reverse, reverse. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Cha-cha now, y'all. Cha-cha again. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops, 2 hops. 2 hops, 2 hops. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Charlie Brown. Hop it out now. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Take it back now, y'all. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 3 hops this time. Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Cha-cha now. Turn it out. Be looking out for part 3. It's gonna be coming to you soon.
428. Ticket number 428. 428. What? All right, I'll be right with you.
Stop it right there. I'm sorry.
I want to thank everyone for coming here tonight. The thank you note is at the back, so I won't take any more time. Please get home safely. See you same time next year. And we are very grateful for your presence here tonight.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Check it out, y'all. How low can you go?
How low can you? How low can you?
All the way to the floor.
Now the fellas wanna look.
How low can you go?
Now the fellas wanna look.
Can you bring it to the top?
Bring it up, ladies.
Like it never stop.
Bring it up,
Can
ladies.
you bring it to the top?
Bring it up, ladies.
Right foot now. Left foot now, y'all. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time.